We are going to a dinner tonight at Cal's parents' house, and it would be rude to not take anything. So we're gonna make a gluten-free self-saucing chocky pud, because why not? Okay, so oven preheating at 160 degrees. Let me do that. Okay, into my bowl, I have 50 grams of somewhat melted butter. Then to that, actually let's make sure I get all that butter out because we need all that goodness in there. Like so. Then to that, we are going to weigh out 250 mils of plant-based milk. I'm just using almond. Now this may seize my butter because my milk is cold and my butter was warm. That's okay. It'll all melt in the oven. All right, I'm just gonna mix that. Yeah, that completely hardened my butter. Great, now I have chunks of butter. Lovely. All right, then we're gonna add 2 eggs. Like so. Mix that around. Then we're gonna add, sorry I keep looking over there because my recipe ingredients are on here. We are gonna add 190 grams of gluten-free flour, preferably sifted, but today I got it plugged. Then to that we're also gonna add 100 grams, roughly 100 grams of ground almonds. Let's see, I haven't got much. Yeah, 93 grams. Ideally you want 100 grams of ground almonds. And then give that a mix. Then we're gonna add 100 grams of brown sugar with, a teaspoon of baking powder. If I can get the lid off. Teaspoon of baking powder going in, and then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder. 1, 2, 3. All right, and then we're going to give that a mix, but before I give it a mix, I'm going to add in my chocolate chips now. You don't have to use chocolate chips, but I just think it's just going to elevate this and make this so much better. But we'll give this a mix and it's going to be lovely and thick. Beautiful. Get all that out of the spatula. No, not spatula, whisk. I called it spatula earlier, didn't I? Come on, Lauren. Clearly you need to know your utensils better. All right. Then we're going to pop it in a dish. This is just a porcelain dish. I was going to tell you what size it is, but there's no point telling you because I haven't got a bloody clue. So we're going to pop it in there. I have pre-greased it just so that we don't have any sticky situations. Pour all of that goodness into that tray. Like so. Oh God, my wrists are getting so weak. I can't hold a glass bowl anymore. Not ideal, that's for sure. That's looking good. Spread that all out, and then we can make our chocolate sauce, which is essentially what makes it chocolate self-saucing. Sweet. Okay, that's gonna go aside. New bowl. We have, actually let's boil the kettle. Actually, is there enough in there? There's probably enough in there. All over the bloody shop, aren't I? All right, we're gonna have 310 mils of boiling water. We're also gonna have 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. 1, 2, and then some brown sugar. brown sugar. Hopefully you can hear me with the kettle. Beautiful. Then we want 310 mils of boiling hot water. Beautiful. And then very carefully give that a mix. That smells so good. I honestly feel like if you have good cocoa powder, it just makes everything smell like deliciousness. It's what I imagine Willy Wonka's house to smell like. All right, then bring back our pud, and we're gonna really, really carefully pour it over the spoon, over the top of the pud. Now this might be a bit of a disaster. Do you know what? I think it's actually going to be easier for me to just pour it straight. I made a complete mess, you probably saw all of that. Anyway, this is going to go in the oven for 25 minutes. All right, 25 minutes, perfect. Now, we want to underdo it, not overdo it, because if we overdo it, we won't have much of a saucy pud. It will be almost like, not dry, but there won't be any juiciness underneath where all the gooiness is at the bottom of the sponge, and that's what we want. That's what essentially makes a self-saucing pud. So way on the side of caution for that. It's out, it's looking gooey and yummy. Now, I know I said I'm going to be taking it to dinner tonight, which I will be, but I will be taking it with a little nibbin slice out because I can't resist and I just need to try it. Oh my God, yum. Can you guys see all that? All that gooey yumminess? Banging, that with custard. Yum. The only thing I will say, a few notes to it, is that it doesn't taste sweet enough. So I almost would say it needs a little bit more sugar, or maybe like some really yummy sweet chocolate custard. That would be good, but still yummy.